All right, so here we are. Reli,
Hello,
are you there?
I'm here.
Good.
Are we on?
Yeah. Thing is, as soon the song stopped, I was out of M&Ms.
Oh no.
Pretty bad, man.
For some reason I cannot see the stream on Twitch.
It's not on Twitch, it's on YouTube.
Ooh.
We're not doing that stuff on Twitch anymore because you need to be affiliated to save videos.
To save the VODs thing.
Yeah, which is not good for now.
No.
Like I really need the VODs. Thing is, like the first part of the stream is forever lost, and when I'm gonna put the time lapse together, there's gonna be a
missing part at the beginning.
It's not like people watch it completely, but
I mean, you still have people who are interested in how you do these things,
yeah,
right?
because I was actually interested into sharing the VODs completely later on if people want to do fan art animations for us, like maybe we do some contests. It's always good to educate people in this field.
Yeah. I mean, I still think that it's gonna be weird if I'll ever. I've never thought of doing a stream like showing off how you develop things in Unity.
Yeah, it's like it's different. Like the way I do things offline and online are also different because I feel the comfort of nobody watching me.
It's not that. It's more of a like, how do you translate thinking for 15 minutes in silence into something interesting, you know?
There are a couple of guys doing game dev in live streams. Maybe you can have a look at them
I've seen
what
them.
they're doing.
Them, yeah.
Apos is actually doing it live. You remember him, don't you?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the name.
Apos.
Apos. Oh, Apos. Yeah, I was hearing apples. I'm like, what?
Apples.
No.
Apos apples. Wow.
Yeah. So I've seen people, like, once you have a project in a relatively advanced state, it's easy because you go through iterations. You can I don't know, narrate debugging basically, or like secondary content creation, like editing small systems, adding small features, but to an already big thing, an existing thing that there's something there. Because and I've seen that happen to people, because I've seen people streaming while they're trying to create things basically in, I don't know, in C++ or whatever, in their custom engines, and it just takes their full focus, and they just sit there and they say nothing for 3 minutes, and then they type like a couple of lines, and then they talk again, because it's not like you can, oh, now I'm gonna create this and do that. I'm gonna type down this variable.
But
content.
In terms of creativity, I have no idea. Like, is there a difference between C# and C++? Can you do more in one language and less in the other?
C++ gives more control over a lot smaller things. but at the same time, it's a double-edged sword. At the same time, it requires that you do a lot more setup, and you have to be a lot more careful and knowledgeable in what you're doing, as opposed to C++, which has a lot of things streamlined. It has the whole things just work in C#, you know?
I see.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's a double-edged sword. Like, C# is basically Microsoft's answer to Java, I guess, to having a multi-platform programming language. That's why they're like, I wouldn't say they're alike, but yeah. Or was it JavaScript that I'm thinking of?
I like
JavaScript and C# are the same thing, more or less the same thing. Like if you know one, learning the other is like a 2-day process.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's less learning and more getting used to doing something slightly differently. But the main idea behind them is, so is there a difference between Photoshop and Paint Pro?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a good way to compare things, but
yeah, they're not the same, but they're not that much different. Where you know,
so JavaScript is basically a light version of C#.
No, it's just a not Microsoft version.
Oh.
And I think it's the other way around.
Wait, did Microsoft create C++?
No. But they did create C#, I think. The whole .NET framework. But that's not to say that it's not good or it's missing anything or it's, you know.
And I suppose
it's Microsoft therefore bad, nothing to do, nothing like that.
I suppose Unity at its core is also written in C++, right?
I would guess, yes.
That's interesting. Like you write your software in one language and you develop games in another language.
What happens is, if you're trying to like write basically a renderer, something that will have to interact with device drivers like graphics drivers and at the hardware level, yeah, you want to use C++, if not like small pieces of assembly or
assembly.
You're laughing, but it's true. So you want to use C++ exactly because you need that kind of control. If you want to develop a video game where getting results slightly faster is more essential than being in control of the graphics driver, whatever that one might be, is you don't need C++. And that's why in Unreal they developed the whole blueprints thing.
Yep. I think Blueprint is really useful for prototyping and doing draft projects. But yeah, after you get an idea of what you want, it's for the best you actually code it and not use blueprints.
I haven't used them personally. From what I read, and they are like performance-wise a lot slower, which is natural, I guess. But the idea behind it should be you start working on a small project, you create like a prototype thingy, and you see that it works and you like it, and then you bring on an actual programmer and you show him that this is what I'm going for, and that should give them a very good idea, even based off of blueprints, as to what they need to do to actually convert your blueprint into into actual code.
Yeah, but you know what boggles my mind is that some people think they can make a game exclusively with blueprints and sell it on, I don't know, maybe Steam or something like that. It's gonna be a shit show. Implementing new features, performance, cross-platform optimization. That's not gonna happen.
What you mean with blueprints?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm guessing because if blueprints was the standard for game dev, everyone would have used it, even big studios. Like,
well, even when you use a blueprint, and not just this is not just for Unreal, like Unity has a blueprint system now, and they've used it for their
we
shaders.
call it like nodes, actually.
Potato.
Yeah.
The thing is that after the user is done setting up their whole node system thingy, that gets translated into code, basically. So I guess if you tried, like, you have to try to create bugs, and you're not talking about optimization when you go with something like blueprints.
Nope.
Like I've mostly used it to create shaders. Like I need a really small shader real quick to test something, and I will open up a shader editor and I'll create a shader, and that's it.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna
wouldn't
bother
know
about
how to
the
create a
speed,
shader
no.
without nodes.
Hmm.
I know there are specifically positions that require you to do it in code.
There what?
There are jobs that ask you to do it in code at video game companies.
Yeah. Like if you were gonna hire somebody to exclusively write shaders for you, you would want somebody who can code them, not somebody who's used the shader editor.
Yeah, but the thing is, that person has to be both an artist and a programmer to understand how to do things, or what his employer is asking for. Like, hey, do the most advanced snow shader. You gotta be an artist to do that, and you need knowledge.
Yeah, the question is define snow for me.
Yeah.
Like how do you understand snow? How do you see snow? What is it that you actually see? It does take an artist's eye. It does. But from people I've seen develop shaders in code, purely in code, it's just math. So they're like, oh, there's this not obscure, it's not really obscure if it's mathematics. There's this mathematical theory that most people who haven't been to university to learn specifically mathematics never heard of and don't have a chance of understanding. There's this thing that if you like put a pixel into it, it somehow creates this effect, which looks like very stylistic snow or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And some of it's just magic. It's just like, well, I don't know why it works, you know. It's a bit like you've shown me in After Effects those like little scripts that have like little mathematical formulas.
Yeah.
And you know, you put it on one end and you get an effect on the other side. Like it's like that, but like for the whole effect. There's there's nothing else involved. You don't need to like input anything else. Just pure math.
Mathematics.
Yes, very interesting topic.
Not so.
I still have to look up Pythagoras theorem, by the way. No, I don't.
Nani?
No. So this is the dude. What you're doing now is the dude on the background.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
The dude on the background. Wait. Soul sucked out of his body.
Yeah.
Particles. Magic.
What is the thinking process behind? Like you're gonna animate this dude, and you need to make him look like he's not having fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the thinking process behind that? Like, how do you begin to think like, oh, this is how the hands should move to show pain or to show suffering or whatever?
Back when I was studying photography at the university, they were always saying like a photography is worth 1,000 words, right? And my process of animation is like easy. Is the easy part because I already have something to work with. I have most of the scene. If it's done in a right way, you can get most of the motion just by looking at the picture. Like, for example, like this stream of energy. Like, what do you think it's the direction, where it comes and where it goes?
Like it comes from the hand, apparently.
Yeah. So.
And you can see the line.
First, it starts from his head. It's going towards his hand. Here, it spins a bit, and then it goes boom into the book, and then from the book it goes into his hand, and from his hand this goes out because it's an invoker, and between the quotes it's invoking the souls of the slayed ones. So this face is actually going to turn into a minion. So it comes into the book. It's like the book is doing all the coding for him because he's lazy. That's why he has a book. And then it goes into his hand, and from his hand it's going back to the world.
If you use a book, you didn't beat the game. Oh god.
Well, it syncs. C++ gives you more control over the hardware and memory. Compiles to native code platform. So if you use it well, performance and control is way above C#, which is not native code. Okay. It is easier to create bugs on C++ because you have to be more careful with memory management, okay?
Yeah. The easiest way to screw things up is to have like bad memory management.
And arrays start at 0.
Like, yeah.
Okay, this little guy is also done. Milos Ionescu, welcome friend. Let me check, is there anything else here? I know last time I streamed I had to do, this guy.
Is the Invoker the only character we have planned that's gonna be using like minion style?
Not exactly. We we have champions, but they also belong to some specific classes. So Atrida, she's a ranger, an archer. Emethir, he's an invoker. So we will have more characters per each class. It's not gonna be just one.
Is he supposed to be an evil guy?
Who, the invoker?
Yeah.
Nah, we're still developing the story of the game, but as a general idea, we would think of them as neither good or bad. They are just artifact hunters, and they venture into a catacomb. They get fucked really hard because they know nothing about this ground, and they get stuck into a endless time loop. So each time they fail, they start over and over. It's some sort of hell. And to make their way through to the other end, they have to collect artifacts to help them in their quest. They have to get the right ones, because you can't get a useless one.
Yeah.
Can't say lore is one of my strong things to do, but we're going to develop the story for the game as well, like something good, I suppose, at some point in the future.
Something that makes sense. I have an idea. We should construct the game in such a manner that we force players to read through endless text. That's a good idea, I think. Everybody loves reading. Yeah. Lore.
You know, there are so many games without the lore, but they're still successful.
Yeah.
But the idea
like
is...
Dark Souls.
The idea is, if you have a good IP, you could develop it into multiple titles. Imagine falling in love with one of our characters, and then we have a good story for it, we have a good design and everything else, and then we announce I don't know, a third-person hack and slash game.
We're discussing spin-offs already.
Yeah, just like Dark Souls, if you have a good IP, it's always good to recycle in a good way.
To an extent.
In a good way. So, take Riot Games for example. They have League of Legends. They have a good lore, and they have developed multiple games based on that story. They have Legends of Runeterra, they have the Rune King, they have an MMORPG coming out, they have a fighting game coming out.
A fighting game?
Yes, like Street Fighter.
That's gonna be fun. So our goal is a Netflix series then?
Yeah, Netflix series as well.
Basically.
Visual novels.
Oh god. Oh no, visual content.
Yeah. These things go on and on. You could also have merch if you have things people really like.
Well, I'm just interested in making a good game.
Yeah, same.
Which is actually why the Invoker is an interesting concept for me.
Yeah, Invoker is just a class.
Yeah. The idea of using pets, or even, I don't know, let's say you have an ability that allows you to control an enemy for a time.
No, so as we've planned out the Invoker, you have like the basic mechanics. You have the movement, you have a dash, and then you have a spell specific for each champion, right?
Yep.
And the idea behind the Invoker would be so you could summon the dead soul of the last killed unit, except for bosses. You cannot fucking summon bosses. So you kill a unit, you're satisfied with the thing you've killed, boom, you press the button, you call it into action.
That's a way of handling it.
Yeah.
How about, not for the Invoker, but generally speaking, like actually having a hero that has a permanent summon?
Like a passive?
Yeah, that does like most of the work, I guess.
That would be a bit of overload into the kit, because you already have you will also have a pet, if you recall that. Like, you have a pet, you have a summon, and then
Yeah, but the pet is would be like an assisting mechanic, not the main mechanic. I'm talking about like let's say you.
Oh, you mean so instead of
Yeah.
auto attacks, he would just summon things, and all you have to do is dodge the shit out of the projectiles.
Dodge and maybe be responsible for healing or buffing your summon so that it becomes.
Yeah.
It changes the whole dynamic of gameplay.
Yeah. It changes too much. Like it's going off the rails, and you have to add more skills on the way, and we have to keep the game simple.
Point. I would entertain the idea though. Yeah, I'll probably just code it in without saying anything to anyone. Just
You're gonna put
there. Now tell me to remove it. You know.
You're gonna put something like overpowered into the game, leave it there until someone discovers it.
Oh no. No. Yeah, you could do like a pacifist run, like your character doesn't actually kill anything.
Tea time passive. Okay, let's check it out. What else do we have to change? I know there was something I wanted to do additionally. I think it was in regards to his clothing. Yeah, this thing needs to be made out of two pieces, one beneath and one on top. So, if tomorrow the weather will be bad, like as in raining and strong winds, I will probably stay home. And I will start sketching on the game's main, like you need an in-game interface, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a few things.
But mostly in-game, not main menu or those type of things, because we don't even need those. Yeah.
We don't need those. We don't need anything like that yet. I could use a couple of good fonts.
Fonts?
Like,
we should use the same font we've used in the light paper.
The idea is to create like an APK we can pass around, and I don't expect people to like intuitively be able to use it because of how like relatively empty it is right now. So I will have to put in some things like a restart button, like a reset button, like something, you know, like click this to begin. I not just throw them in.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I would hate to have to do that with using like Unity default, you know, buttons.
Yeah, but first things first, we have to develop the damaging system.
It's
Health.
there.
Yeah, I know it is there for the NPCs, but I don't think it is there for the main character.
It's the same system. It's already developed.
And yeah, like maybe develop I don't know, maybe 6 wildcards or something, like basic ones to test them out.
You mean like
no,
upgrades?
like before that we need to develop the experience system.
We need to develop a lot more before everything, before any of that.
Yeah.
I like as a starting point, I would say just getting up a UI system working, like basically showing off enemy health would be fine. Getting the game to like recognize when you've killed all the monsters and you can just exit the level and like loop to a next one. That would be it, because honestly getting like the skill system up and running is gonna take a lot of time to properly design.
Yeah, that's why
it needs to be scalable to the extreme. Like I have to sit down and really think of every possibility and then some, you know. It's not something that can be done like a couple of days.
No, we had nobody said anything about a couple of days.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Like until the point we get to the public sale, which is gonna be in about a couple of months, I think. The listing on an exchange. I think Florian mentioned something about 6 months. We should share iteratively versions of our APK so people could test it out and see if it's worth their money to invest into our project. Like first we have the basic one, then we add things, and hopefully by the time we get to the public sale, we have something more entertaining.
My fear would be that maybe it's too early to share out APKs to too many people, at least not without context, you know, because they might think, oh, this is it, this is nothing. Yeah, it's nothing because like
you're right. It has like you need so much explanation when you're sharing things, because even sharing the gameplay trailer has raised a couple of questions. Like, I don't understand how this game works. Most of them thought it was a finished product, which it's not. It's just a prototype.
It's barely proof of concept at this point.
Yeah. Okay. I need some files. Before I start.
Another concern I have is that, like, if I personally begin developing systems right now, at a later point in time, if we bring in more people, it might be harder to actually start passing on work to others, you know. What are you doing?
Preparing
what are
some
you doing?
files.
Second display. Yes.
Yeah. I have a template I have created myself. Yeah, nice. So I don't have to redo things each time I'm starting a new project. Like a rig already prepared for what I need, some effects and everything else. It's one thing I've learned from Pasta to make your workflow easier. Desktop. Invoker. Lot of stuff here.
Give me a minute.
I'll give you two. Okay. Okie dokie. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff to work with.
Did Kraken show you, by the way, the concept art for the rock environment, the cave, and the temple?
Yeah, he showed me a couple of things.
Those were nice. Is this like a skeleton setup?
Yep. You far away from your computer?
Oh no, I had the microphone lifted up.
What the hell is that sound? It kind of sounds like an airplane is crashing.
Famous last words.
Okay, guys, it was nice knowing you.
Oh god.
Ah.
Alex is asking how much time do you need to finish the animation? Like generally, how much time does one of those
It
things take?
depends. Like if I'm speed running, I can do it even in one day, but when it's about things like this, I like to take it slowly. Today I'm gonna take care only of the rig. I'm not gonna do anything else because it melts my brain. Like it's a difference between working in total silence speed running it and being live on a stream and talking with either the audience or with someone else.
Am I bothering you then? Is that what you're trying to say?
Not exactly.
No, I completely get it.
I suppose it's the same for you with programming, so.
It's like, especially when you're trying really hard to focus on something, even the slightest thing can like throw you off, and
Yep.
you basically have to start over.
Yep. And sometimes when I do live streams, I kind of forget to do some things for the art preparation, and then I'm like, God damn, I cannot go back now.
Making games is difficult, yo. I wonder, like, how could we translate these animations actually into the game? Like, use as splash screens, you know?
You can, but with Spine we can definitely implement left clavicle. But I don't think I want animated splash art into the game. We could use a viewport model or something like to show the character with all the gear on it. I don't know, maybe when you unlock an NFT to have that sort of animation we've made for the social media, that's something we could do. It can easily be done in Spine. That frame animation, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I mean, good thing is that we're actually making the game fully in 3D, and we can make use of that. So even if you want to have like a fancy inventory screen or something like that, even a selection screen, like you can have it with the actual 3D. I just find this kind of art like quite unique.
The Invoker?
No. I mean generally the whole this method of 2D animation.
It's niche.
Yeah, it's not overused. You know, it's not like done to death, I guess.
It is overused in.
Oh, come on.
In Wallpaper Engine, but it's a whole different sort of quality.
Wallpaper Engine is not a video game, though. I mean, it's not it's not overused as I don't know, as a way of presenting.
No, like the only game I know, I think there are a couple of more, a couple of them additionally, but I think League of Legends Wild Rift is the one that presents their champions in this fashion.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I guess, like, yeah.
But yet, again, it's not the same quality. You would find it like ironical because they have started this trend and they have ended up using the worst quality over time. I don't get it.
Performance issues?
No, nothing
Engine
to do with
limitation?
that. Nope, nothing to do with that. It's just pure lack of interest.
Well, maybe in the and I'm not trying to make excuses for them now, but like maybe they wanted to have it fast, and like how many heroes do they use there?
Doesn't matter. Like you could always outsource. Like I have an army of animators for this sort of animation.
Weaponized animators. Let the wars begin.
Seems like there's quite some stuff to do in here.
Like?
Rigging. Lots and lots of rigging.
You will animate all the phalanxes in the fingers, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I do. I don't envy you. I don't.
Here it comes. This. Oh, damn. Yeah, I have to manually create a mesh around it.
I was about to ask you, like, you've created the joint points, right? But don't you then, the same as in 3D modeling, where you have to paint weights, you know?
No.
Nothing like that?
No. Thank God. Like you can do weight painting in Spine, but here is not necessary.
This, you did show me once where you were actually splitting an image into polygons. Was this in After Effects? I don't remember.
I think that was a texture projection.
Could be something else.
Again, that's something different.
Yeah.
So here's your
like
mesh.
Yeah, like that you could move it like as a one piece, but if you have something like a piece of cloth, a cloak, something like that where it needs to deform more naturally, doesn't that need to have some kind of weight system, or you know?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that thing. What the hell's that then?
Hmm? Well, which thing? This?
Well, this is now split into polygons, isn't it?
No. These are just the bones. So you could have inverse kinematics.
Yeah.
So each of these bones is attached to one of these puppet pins.
Okay.
So the red squares are attached to the circle puppet pins.
Right.
And then you have to rig everything else to this controller. Of course, now I have to add bones for this thing as well because it's deforming in a wrong way. So I need to see where the bones actually are and then create a mesh on this one as well. That's what I say, like splash art with a lot of elements is a lot harder to rig.
Like I could do this, but all I would create is eldritch horrors, you know, with tentacles and shit.
And now I simply have to. So
So
E
you have,
is for
yeah.
the elbow, so this goes to the elbow, and H for the end, and now it's properly attached. Like
You
now
kind of need to
I see.
define, like you kind of need to define the pieces that remain like rigid, solid, in a different manner. Yeah.
Okay, and arm guard under. This should also go with the hand. And then the hand with all the fingers, which which is this. Should probably go with layer 65. And now it's gonna be like this. What is that? Yeah, I need to take some VFX out because they're in the way and they create confusion. But I don't know which LAG fill. This one to 65.
You mean the blue glows? And...
Yeah, this. Which one is it? VFX one. Okay. Hide. I'll have to add that manually later, like real-time animation VFX. And then the hand goes up because it's a controller and it's gonna be animated. And you see all that stuff behind. There's a lot to do.
Do you plan these animations out beforehand, or do you just go with what? Yeah, you have it in your head and you just start working on it.
Yeah, after so much time, it's second nature. You don't even have to think about it.
Like you look at it and you go, "Oh yeah, this has to go that way, and this has to move this way, and this is this."
Exactly.
Yep.
You know, you first do the art prep, then you do the rigging, then you do the VFX. I mean, you did the character animation, and then the VFX. It's on the last. Is the last on the list because it takes the most resources and it slows down After Effects. You have to be really careful because you have double names. It's like here I gave this R shoulder because if it was just R shoulder, it would have went straight where the R shoulder already is. So if you're new to this and you don't know that double naming it's gonna ruin your project, you will just end up and watch the screens and ask anyone what the hell is going on, because you don't know like what's happening. Right shoulder world. Flexing, but it's going smaller instead of bigger. You see?
What?
Flexing, but the biceps it's getting smaller.
That's anti-flexing.
Well, if you want to do flexing and make the muscle grow bigger, then you have to add an additional IK with additional bones over here. I think it was explained somewhere into spine muscle, spine 2D muscle. Wait. Oh, it's so hard to find things when you're searching for them.
Yeah.
They had something. they have a lot of useful things for the users.
What you mean spine documentation? What?
Yeah, basically how to use their software. It's different, but it's the same principle in every software.
Quite essential. Quite essential. It's why Unity basically made is as big as it is. It's documented inside out.
Okay. This should go away. Right hand. Here it goes with right hand. This guy kind of reminds me from the priest from Age of Empires 1. Wololo.
Come on. No.
Yo,
How?
yo, yo.
How that reminds you of that?
The beard.
Did they have a beard? All I remember is they were bald. Oh, they did have a beard. Yes, you're right. Wrong priest.
Age of Empires 1. That was the better one.
Yeah.
They had the best chant, man. Yeah, so... Okay, I need 2 bones for this. One is the knee, one is the foot, and one is the tip. That's 3, actually. Right hip world. Yeah, let's see if we get it right. IK? Yeah. It's good, man. You like karate?
What?
You like karate?
Dude, I'm a Karate Kid fan.
Jiu-jitsu.
I'm gonna show my power level and just say karate is not justice. Come on. We should totally have a karate dude.
Yeah, but the idea is he needs projectiles, man. How'd you gonna do it? Like he's displacing air or something with his feet or
yeah, like I wonder how we could have like a martial artist produce projectiles. That's a problem nobody has ever solved ever. Come on, I mean that thing answered itself. Everybody knows people who learn karate can do fireballs. Like everyone knows that.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Yeah.
Still, we have a lot of things to attach. Okay, so cloak goes with the chest. Tacet and left hip world. Okay, ring, arm, body, right shoulder, world, clothing, cloth, left shoulder, world, tunic, chest, right shoulder, top on right shoulder, world. Hey, darkness. Oh, yeah, it's his face. B1 is beard, so all of these have to be into one comp called head and auto cropped like this. Should probably be bigger though.
Which one?
This comp, because the beard will flow in the wind, and when it hits this edge it will be cut, so I need to give it more space, like 400, something like this, yeah. And the head is attached to the head bone. Left shoulder plate goes to left shoulder world. There's one more thing left. Ring under left shoulder world. Yeah. Looks like everything has been attached. But yeah, this is stage 1 of the rig. Stage 2, when I move this hand, you see these parts have to follow as well, the hand. And the shoulder plates need to also rotate, so there's more to be done.
I like how everything crawls to a stop, like when you try to move the whole thing.
Left shoulder plate under, left shoulder plate. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yeah. So when the hands is going up, you need to remember it's only on the Y value, then you have to rotate the shoulder plate based on the Y value, which is the second array, and then you move it up. You see it's going backwards, so it has to be negative value, minus 0.1, so it's 10% of the movement, maybe even less, minus 0.05. And then I have to make the other things do the same trick. This and this go to left shoulder plate. It's not good. You see why? It's going over it, and for this I need to go back a bit to the basic rig and create a couple of new bones. So I see where the intersection point is. Here I have to create a bone, name it clothing stitch, create the bone, and then I have to take this parts of the clothing and make bones for them as well. So it's a bit little fucky-wucky, but it has to be done.
Let's call it clothes with bones. Yeah.
Clothes with bones, yeah. So these two will have to stay attached to the shoulder, and this will stay attached to the stitch. Stitch 1, LSP for left shoulder pin, LSP1. The naming doesn't matter, but it's good to have good naming so you don't...
It's quite important actually.
To remember things, but it can be anything.
To be able to tell things at a glance, just look at something and you know what it is just by the name.
Okay, and now I put this on the clothing stitch, and the clothing stitch has to be attached to, I suppose, the left elbow, which is layer 62. And now I need to check if it works. It does work, you see?
Cool.
And now I have to do the same thing for that thing underneath.
The second layer.
The one behind, actually. Left shoulder plate under? No. There are so many layers. Oh, this one. No? This. Oh, 31. It's not the same, so I have to add bones for this as well. None. Bones, bones. Bones bonanza. And now LSP B, because I already have LSP, and if it's the same name, it gets screwed. Stitch back L. Bones. Right shoulder, left shoulder world, and be clothing stitch. It's alright if I just move it a bit this way. See? Now I have to make the bones go away so they're not visible. It's cool, yeah. But now I have to make the clavicle rotate a bit, maybe. No, I actually have to add bones to the chest, the tunic, this. Oh boy. So,
how come you start at the hand and not, let's say, at the body? Like define the basic motion first, like the center of mass, and
you
then
cannot
go towards the what?
You
what?
cannot, because you need to see how the hands work first if you want to attach the rest. to the hands, because most of the motion comes from the hands.
Okay.
RSP stage T. How do you know where to add bones for the hands to respond with the body if you cannot see how the hands are actually moving?
Oh, I was talking about the animation, not the bone placement, actually.
Oh, well, we haven't started doing any animation yet.
Oh, now you're just moving them around to check if they move around correctly.
Yeah. Now it's the rig.
Yeah.
Because if the rig is not done properly, then your animation will suck.
Well, that's why it goes from the edge towards the center. Yeah, that makes sense.
Interesting. It's moving quite a lot. I will check and see. Delay. Yeah. Left hand 0.1. It's too much. Yeah, I feel like the rotation is a bit too much on this. So minus 0.025. Yeah, no, this is good. That was looking interesting, right?
Yeah, it kind of does. So do you also set constraints for the IK, or is not like relevant at all?
There is. Like you can go maximum like this. You can turn off the stretching. Here, stretch disable, and if you stretch it, it's constrained to stop over here. But the controller goes wherever you put it. So if you enable auto stretching, you get something like this, you see?
Oh yeah.
That's the
nice.
constraint.
Yeah, that's what I would do all the time.
I should probably do a bit of rotation here as well on the right shoulder. Right shoulder. This one. Oh wait, that's behind. Right shoulder top. Okay, right shoulder back should be attached to this. And the pivot point here. And when you raise the right arm, position P on Y, it's 0 minus. I think this is positive 0.025. Yeah, positive, because the other one was negative. But it's too much. Okay. And you should be from this pivot point. Oh, man. Lots of work to do. Just do wait until we get into the face rig.
Oh, you've been doing the whole eyes, beard, mouth thing. Oh my god.
Yep. A hood. Okay.
Are you gonna do the face and the cowl as one thing or separate?
The what?
The hood.
The hood has to be separated because I need to do a depth rig. And yeah, this is darkness. All these things have to be in one face. And now I'm gonna do the eye rig first. Left eye, right eye. I already have a preset. This is why I've made those things, because you can, if you did it once, you don't have to make it again. You just apply your 3D eye preset. Otherwise, you have to do like 5 minutes of manual work to get what you need. And I've already done it, so yeah.
Well, if one size fits all.
Yeah, like it's ultra fast.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Some people are asking, how can you manage to work so fast? Well, it's because I have a pipeline of doing things really fast.
I mean, everyone who needs to work professionally in these fields has to do something similar.
They have to. Like,
yeah.
If they take 2, 3, 4 clients at the same time and they do everything from scratch each time, it's gonna take...
Yeah, then no, it's impossible. Like, imagine an artist...
It's not impossible, but you will get overburned.
Like, imagine having to redo, as an artist, like the brushes in Photoshop from scratch every time. Like, not use the ones you have.
The part where you create a sphere and tell it to project the texture on it, like you can avoid all this type of work if you do a preset. So let's say you have prepared everything within this plugin, and hey, I could use it as it is in the next project. Then you go effect, well, here, animation, save animation preset, and save it wherever you want. And next time you open up a project, just apply and you choose that thing you did. It works with every plugin. Now, yeah, there's still things you have to do manually, of course, like attaching the values to this controller. Control eyes, so rotation on Y. Oh shit. So Y rotation, X rotation has to be attached on Y position. X, Y, so you leave just Y on. So it's 0.5. And Y rotation to X position, which is the first one. It has to be negative minus 0.05. Because you leave it 0.5, you will rotate to the left. I mean, you will move this to the left and your eye will rotate to the right. See, right now is correct. And if you do it on a single eye, then you just copy it, paste it here, make sure your comp has the same size, fit it, zoom in the camera, and move it a bit around. Apply the texture, and there you have it. You don't have to redo these values again because they're the same. And when you move this, both eyes will move. The eyelids need to be done as well. We'll have blinking. Best
Why
way
would
to
he
do
blink?
it, liquefy.
Liquefy.
Yes.
Liquefy. Sounds like business terminology.
So there you have it. Now you simply attach this value to your main rig over here, which is face controls blinking. 100, hit OK. Actually put it to 0, add. And now when you change it in here to 100, it goes to 100. That's done. But
Nice.
here's like a detailed thing to do about the eyes. So when you move the eyes, you see just the eyes are moving, but when you're actually moving your eyes in real life, your eyelids also move because there are muscles in there. So to get that illusion, you'll have to add puppet pins to simulate that all around. Corner of the eyes, and then up and down, up and down. Then you take these 4 bones, delete the position to the eye controller position, and set the amplitude to 0.05. And now when you move this, you see an extra movement from the eyelids, right?
I will in a bit. YouTube has a bit of delay.
YouTube. Face. I wanted to put it in real time, but you cannot stream in 1440p. I don't know why, but you cannot.
Bandwidth limitations would be my guess.
Twitch allows it real time, like 4K.
Twitch also has its limitation on that as well. I mean, you can ask it to do it, but I don't think it will let you.
I suppose. All right, and now it's time to do a depth rig, DM for depth map. I'll do a simple one since we don't require anything complicated. So the thing closest to the camera is the nose. Then this part of the face and beard. And here. I don't even think I need the last one.
Do a quick Discord chat check, please.
Where?
Oh, our chat.
Oh, the dev view? I don't know, let me check my app. Wallets. $0.2.
What?
Yeah. No, he's saying something else. Okay, displacement map. Based on DMS, on luminance. Luminance. Here's your head turn, slightly. This is magic, right? Actually, I can share the screen with you straight up. What the hell?
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, no, that would be...
What?
Nah. Worse for the stream.
No, I don't think so. I don't have a bad computer.
Okay.
One. It's done. Now I have to do it for the hood as well. Hood DMS. Tai Chi Energy Force. Your paisa is saying. Would have been nice to have a bit more people around though.
In time.
In due time. How's Nicole and Art doing?
She was checking out. Actually, she did do some wallpaper editing for me the other day.
Oh yeah, is she enjoying it?
Well, I mean, it's a simple, chill, enjoyable process. So yeah. I did tell her a while back she should be doing more wallpapers, but other things got in the way.
Like gyros.
No, not really. No, talk to me about the glow. Is that weight painting?
Sort of. It's a trick.
Everything is a trick, dude.
Nobody I know is using this technique. Maybe except for the people I've taught how to use it.
Huh.
Okay, now let's check. I think this one should be a bit stronger. -1 and -1.
So are we at the 1.5 hour mark or something?
Yeah, it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay, but basically, I think I have the fingers left in the rig. We'll have to cover it in the next session. It will take, I don't know, like half an hour, because
we'll see about what the next session is gonna be.
Next session, it might be 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks. It depends, because for the next session we'll have someone else to cover another topic. Maybe art, maybe programming, who knows? But it's gonna be different than this one and the last one. Yeah, and if you have any questions, you people watching from the future, head straight away to Telegram or Discord and ask right away.